everyone, I'm the Tax Pro, and today I'm going to show you how to enter bills in QuickBooks Desktop Enterprise. If you are using a different version of QuickBooks Desktop besides Enterprise, you can follow along. Your process is going to be pretty much identical to this. You just might not have the same options for the bill, but we're not going to go into those options today, so you're more than welcome to follow along on this particular video. So this is QuickBooks Desktop Enterprise. There's a couple of different ways that we can navigate to enter a bill. One of which is going up here and opening the vendor center. The other thing that you can do is you can just enter bills. So that right here will pop this up. You can also get to the vendor center over in this left-hand column right here. So this is the vendor center. You'll see that we have a couple of bills for this particular vendor. We can then either click on New Transaction, Enter Bills, or we can go to Manage Transactions, Bills. Because we went down here to Manage Transaction Bills, it pulled up the vendor that we were currently on. So when we confirm this selection, you'll see it's going to do a couple things. First, it's going to pull up the address. It's also going to generate a date, and then it's going to generate the balance due date based on the terms that are in this particular vendor's defaults. Okay, so let me show you where that lives. This is that vendor, and if we go into the edit button and we click on payment settings, you'll see that this particular vendor's settings are set to default to net 30. So that's why we have this net 30 here, okay? It also went ahead and defaulted to advertising and promotion as the expense account. And the reason being is because we set it up to do that here in account settings. So this is a setting that can greatly increase your productivity and reduce your rate of errors. If you have a vendor that you know is always going to go into a certain category, you can go ahead and put that category in account settings, and it will save you time and increase your accuracy. So that's why it automatically defaulted to those. We are not stuck with these options. We can change these. We could do, net 15, and then we could potentially do, let me see. We could potentially do something like professional fees, okay? So when you're entering this bill, you wanna make sure that the date is correct. You wanna make sure that you have a proper reference number. This should be sitting on the actual bill that they've sent you, so you can pull it from them. You wanna make sure the terms are correct. You can enter a memo that is going to be all-encompassing for the bill. So we could do, bill-wide memo here. And then we could enter the details on the expenses here. So let's say that we have $5,000 in professional fees. This could be for consulting on a new marketing plan. We can actually bill it out to a particular job. I will show you how to do this in a job costing video, but you can actually bill out the different bills to jobs. You can mark them as being allocated to a particular job or customer. You can mark it as billable here. We can also add other lines, right? So maybe we had new office supplies come in, and this was, branded, stationery. So this is our bill. We can go ahead and do a couple different things here. So we could save it, and if we save it, it is going to give us a warning and ask if we want to default this net 15 to this particular vendor moving forward. So we've saved it. We could also go and delete it, create a copy, memorize the transaction to create a template. We could print it. We can attach a file, like if we have a scan of the actual bill, we could attach it here. We can enter information about start and end dates of the work associated with this particular bill. And then there's a whole slew of other options that I'm not going to cover in this video because you probably don't need to use them. Over here, in this right-hand area, we are gonna have information about the vendor. So we have the summary information about this particular vendor. You'll see that we have an open balance of $7,300, which we're getting close to our $10,000 credit limit, right? It's also gonna show us recent transactions that we have made, any notes. It's gonna provide information on this particular transaction. So it was created by admin on 6/10. It was last edited on 6/10 by the admin. It's gonna have any related transactions such as bill payments, and then it's gonna have information about approvals if applicable. So we're gonna keep this. Oops, I forgot to show you one other thing though. You'll notice that down here, let me get this to generate everything for you. Down here, we have an expenses tab, and then we also have this items tab. So when we're utilizing the expenses tab, we are going to direct this bill to a specific account on the chart of accounts, okay? So this is gonna be a specific account on the chart of accounts where we are directing this bill to be applied to. However, there's also an items tab. And with the items tab, this is where we would enter if we purchased like a specific inventory, for example, or a specific part that maybe we're using on a particular job. So items that you're gonna bring into inventory that are gonna live in desktop as an inventory item, you would enter on the items tab rather than the expenses tab. So there's two different areas that you can enter information for this bill. That's when we use them. Okay, so I have now recorded the new transaction. I don't want to record it. So here you'll see the bills sitting in this particular table. We can click on it and then go ahead and edit it if need be. Now I am going to show you a quick shortcut. If you have quite a few bills that you need to enter into this particular account or company, you can come up here if you have the accountant version and you can click on batch enter transactions. And then from here, you can go ahead and select bills and bill credits, and you can go in and batch enter bills. So the way this works is you would just go in and enter the information from this particular bill. So I have XYZ, the net 30 is the terms that I want, the due date is calculated based on the date of the bill. It's gonna auto default to advertising and promotion, but I can change this if I want to. I can put 600 in here, and then I could have consulting work in the memo. I can come down here and put in a new bill with a different reference number, select my vendor. I could change this to net 15. It's gonna calculate the bill due date based on the terms, and then I could go ahead and put this in here, and I could put, advertising campaign or magazine or something along those lines. Now it's gonna ask me, would I like to continue saving these two accounts payable? I'm gonna click yes. 2 transactions have been saved. I do want to show you that now my open balance is greater than my credit limit, okay? So my open balance here is $15,900. My credit limit for this vendor is $10,000. So it will allow you to enter bills beyond your credit limit. Okay, so that is a summary of how to enter bills into QuickBooks Desktop Enterprise. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope that was helpful. And if you liked the video, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.